2nd South Street in Fairplay, South Carolina. And this is the Cultural Museum. It's free. And it's just a few miles away from Carolina Landing RV Resort where we're staying. So we're going to go in and check it out. There's no recording or pictures allowed in there, so that's why I'm only recording the front. Oh, it's the city of Seneca. We're staying in Fairplay.
And this museum was built by the city because until this museum came about, there was no effort to do a formalized recording system for African American history in this area.
Oh, wow.
And so it was all either just word of mouth or, you know, a paragraph in a book here, somebody interviewed somebody there, but there was no comprehensive collection of our local African American history, and we have an extensive history.
Okay, so how far back is it? I mean, is it always been there?
The city of Seneca was incorporated in 1873. However, one of the first land purchasers for land in the city of Seneca was actually an African American, and we do have records of that. So
wow.
About mid-1800s as far as the city is concerned. However, African Americans populated the county as far back as the 1700s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in fact, we were in the Native Americans and African Americans were here, or Africans actually were here before white colonization in this county. So there were, I think there's record of at least 3 they were called maroon communities, and it was because it was a blend of Native Americans and African Americans, so they were called maroon communities. And so about 3 of those have been recorded in this area to have existed before any of the white population came into the area.
Oh, wow.
And in Seneca, we actually have a news article in our archive of the first white baby to be born in Oklahoma County. It was such a big deal, they put it in the news, in the paper. This particular exhibit, the back door, was inspired by Bertha Lee Strickland. Bertha Lee Strickland, whom the museum was named after, worked for Lillian Lunny, the other museum.
Directly behind Bertha's home and the exhibit of Bertha is the Lunny's home. So Nick is a curator there, so we're going to see him now. And oh shoot, what's her name? And Shelby Henderson, she gave us a little tour of the Bertha Museum. She was extremely great. Lots of information.
All the detail work hadn't been maintained. So there's a lot of rotting wood that had to be replaced. There was like 4 layers of wallpaper to take off. The 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s was a wonderful time for wallpaper. So they removed all that. They stripped the paint off of the rooms that originally were stained and brought it back to this kind of neutral look. And then in February of this year, We put in the Scarborough Hammer collection, which is most of the furniture you'll see in the house. It's a 2,200 piece furniture collection. Yeah, from a plantation that was going out of business is the nice way to put it, but they're on land owned by International Paper and they shut them down. So we were gifted this collection from Eastover, South Carolina, and we kind of restaged with that. Before this, it was a lot of donated pieces, which we always appreciate, but they weren't of the same era. They didn't really go together. It was difficult to kind of get a feel of the house.
So all the woodworking is original?
Yeah, all the woodwork is original. It's all longleaf pine from Low Country. And it was shipped up here on train. And then all the floors are shortleaf pine throughout the house.
And how much of that's original?
All of it, to my knowledge. To my knowledge, I've never replaced any piece of the floor. It has been refinished a couple of times. 110-year-old floor would not look like this. Yeah.
Wow.
But like I said, this house was built in 1909. The first house on this street is that Victorian-style home across the street.
Right there.
That's the Gentleman House. That was built in 1898.
Wow.
And it was actually built before the railroad came through. And most properties on this street were you purchased from this street, First Street, all the way back through Second Street. That's how properties were sold. The Gentleman House is a little bit different. So they owned from Oak Street this whole plot of land right here, and they used to own all the way down to the other side of the street.
Wow. Now is that privately owned now, or is
Yes, it's privately owned. They've actually done a really great job restoring it. It's a retired Clemson professor and his wife, and they restored the home. And they no longer own all the way down to the end of the street because the Gentleman family broke it up for children, like sons and daughters they have. They use like Gentleman House A, B, and C on that side of the street, but they still own from the house all the way down to the street. Because people usually ask if that's a park. Well, it's a park, but it's not. It's privately owned land. And this street used to be called Silkstocking Hill because of the wealthy individuals that lived here. Again, it was built before the railroad, so the railroad came second, cutting them off from the rest of the downtown. But yeah, all glass, and what they would do is they'd roll it out on a platform and then flatten it to a certain thickness. So when you go into older homes and you see a little bit of distortion,
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
It's either distortion.
that's what it is, because when you just roll the little glass out, there's always going to be these imperfections. There's still a few people who do it today. I got one glass panel replaced with original rolled glass, and then the rest of them I decided to do restoration glass as we need to. It looks exactly the same, you never know the difference anymore. We have an internal shutter crank. So you can actually control the storm shutters from the inside the house. That's what all these cranks you'll see throughout the house on the windows.
Still getting that. My mom has this.
Do that, does she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she does.
So we use them for as an interpretation tool. So this picture.
This is the front part of the Lunny house. And it is also free. It's part of the exhibit with Bertha. It's the Lunny Museum. I don't know why I can't think of the name. And Nick, he's the curator for this part. And he also had a wealth of information and gave us a tour of the museum. It was extremely nice. This is well worth coming to. Nicklaus McKinney?
Yeah.
He was the one that gave us a tour for the Lunny Museum. Okay.
Huh?
I don't know.
Do we want to see? Yeah, there it is right there. Hey, it's right there. See it? We can walk this path.
Oh, okay. Whatever. You're gonna fall. Stop it.
Take my picture.
I'm not taking pictures. I'm recording.
It's a trap door.
There's gonna be like one spider.
There's no spider.
Oh, I see. Is that how you all are doing?